All right, so lucky the camera cut off, but we're right back at it. It's the book of Mark, chapter 13, starting at verse 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. All right, so you got to watch. You got to pray. And watching goes into doing the work, man. Watching the signs of the times, the news articles, the current events, the things that's transpiring within the earth. Because all of those things give hints and give hints unto the coming of the day of the Lord, man. No man knoweth the hour or the time, but through the prophecies and the things that transpire, we know that time is getting closer and closer and closer. So you got to watch. You know, and watching goes into doing the work as well, man. Doing your lessons, coming out into the highways and byways and warning the people of the said destruction that's about to befall this place, America. By 200 million nuclear missiles in the midst of World War III. All right, the Lord Yahweh Shah is about to destroy this place for all the wickedness and the sins and atrocities that's committed here. All right, it says, and gave authority to his servants and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. All right, so if the Lord woke you up to this truth, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, he gave authority to his servants. His servants being the men of the Lord, man. He says, and to every man his work. So he gave work unto every man. So when the Lord comes back, he should find you working, preaching, prophesying, praying, teaching, reproving, correcting, rebuking. All right. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at evening or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, least coming suddenly he finds you sleeping, man. All right, so you don't know when the day of the Lord is going to come, man. All right, it could come tomorrow. And the Lord should come back finding you working, not sleeping, asleep in this world, asleep in this society, all right, coming back, and the Lord coming back finding you in your sin and your folly and your transgression. The Lord should come back finding you awoke upon your feet, working, man, patiently awaiting his arrival, all right, enduring those afflictions and trials and tribulations until that said day comes, all right, not sleeping, not laying down, not giving up, all right, continuing in the race until the end, man. All right, it's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4, it says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right, so the Lord's going to send his angels. The Lord's going to send his angels in the midst, throughout the midst of Jerusalem, man. The children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, he's going to set a mark, and that mark being a mark of exemption. All right, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. So those found upon their feet doing the work of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, sighing and crying against all the wickedness and the abominations, you know what I'm saying, the worship of false gods, the idolatry, the sodomy, the homosexuality, that do as thou wilt spirit, or anything that goes contrary to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, if they're doing it in truth and in sincerity, they're going to receive that mark of exemption, man, or exempt from judgment and all the hell that's about to break loose on this place. But for those that's not going down that straight and narrow path, that path of affliction, of doing the work of the will of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, they shall find this. In verse 5 of Ezekiel chapter 9, and to the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have pity. So all the ones that the Lord find asleep in this place, man, are he going to go through and smite and not have no pity? Because while that door of grace and that door of mercy and that door of opportunity is open, the hand is stretched forth now, all right, through where it is truth. All right, but 2/3 of our people, they neglect that hand of opportunity, that hand of mercy, that hand of grace, or the hand of redemption. So in that day, the Lord's going to have no pity in his judgments and smite in this place. All right, and smiting you if he finds you asleep in this place, man. All right. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, starting at verse 1, it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is your reasonable service. All right, so how do you present your body as a living sacrifice? By coming out here and doing the work, by standing for the Lord, man, by denying yourself, all right, and what's pleasing unto yourself and your flesh, and doing what's pleasing unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, standing for his word, standing for truth, all right, standing for light in the midst of darkness, standing for righteousness in the midst of wickedness. All right, that's how you present your body as a living sacrifice, man. It says, and gone. All right, it's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 12 and verse 9. It says, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. All right, so that's why you got to endure those afflictions, those trials and tribulations, because the Lord's strength is made perfect in weakness, man. When you're going through those things, you know what I'm saying, keep your faith and keep your hope within the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and what seems to be your weakness, he'll reveal his strength unto you, man, and that you can endure, that you can bear those tribulations and those afflictions, that you can endure unto the end, man, that you can, through his strength, through his spirit, through his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, through your faith, you can make it through those periods to where you seem weak, but really the Lord is revealing his strength unto you, man, all right, through the working of your patience, through the working of your faith, man. And it says, most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Yahushua may rest upon me. All right, so glory in those afflictions, man. Take pride in those afflictions and those tribulations and trials that you go through, because ultimately the Lord is working within you, man. All right, he is showing you the strength that you have within yourself, because the Lord already knows the strength that's within us, but he's revealing it into ourselves, man, showing us what we can take, what we can bear, what we can endure. All right. So glory in those infirmities, glory in those afflictions, man, knowing that the Lord's strength is working through you, man. All right. He is proving you to yourself. As long as you endure, you keep fighting, you keep pushing. All right, Salaki, this is the book of Psalms. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. All right, so it's good for a person to be afflicted, to be chastised, to go through trials and tribulations, because ultimately that increases your wisdom and your understanding of the Lord's statutes, his word. All right, you gain, when you go through those said afflictions and trials and tribulations, man, and you have that sorrowful countenance and heart, man, you begin to meditate and consider things that you never even thought of, man. The Lord reveals even more truth unto you, even more understanding, even more knowledge and wisdom and faith through you enduring those sad hardships and trials and tribulations, man. All right. So it is good for me that I have been afflicted, man. It's good to go through those trials and tribulations and afflictions, man. All right. It's good to endure those things, because when it's all said and done, man, you're just going to learn more of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You're going to gain more wisdom, more knowledge, more understanding, more faith. All right. You're going to gain more understanding you're going to gain more understanding within yourself as well, and what you need to do in order to gain salvation, what you need to do to please the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. You're going to increase your faith, your knowledge, your wisdom and understanding, your understanding of his statutes, his word, man. All right, so don't give up on the Lord, man. Don't give up on yourself. Endure those afflictions. Endure those trials and tribulations. All right, because it's not even the start of it. We haven't even entered Jacob's trouble yet. Well, all hell is going to break loose in this place. So you got to build up that spirit of enduring affliction and keeping your faith and hope through affliction now while things are seemingly light. Because when all hell break loose, if you haven't built up that faith, all right, and that courage, all right, within the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you won't be able to stand when all hell break loose in this place. All right, to where when you can't go find nothing to eat at the grocery store or these fast food places, man. When it's civil wars, race wars in the street, men invading one another. All right. You won't be able to endure in those times, man, if you're not able to endure these minor afflictions and trials and tribulations that we go through on a daily basis, man. All right, it's the book of Romans, chapter 5, starting at verse 3, it says, "And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience." Right? Because when you're in a period of tribulation and affliction, the only thing you can lean on is the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Us being prisoners of hope. The Lord has put us in a position where we can't really do much for ourselves, but everything through Him, through His power, through His mercy, through His grace, and through our faith within those things, man. All right. So we are to take glory in those said tribulations and afflictions, knowing that tribulation worketh patience. All right, because when you endure those things, having no way out but to hope on the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and to have faith on the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, it worketh patience, man, knowing that the Lord gonna come through for you every time, as long as you endure and you're doing those things that He requires of you. All right. And it says, "And patience, experience, and experience hope." All right, so through that patience, you gain experience, and through experience, you gain hope. All right, it's like going out into battle, man. You know what I'm saying? You go out, if you inexperienced at war, at battle, you might lose a couple battles, but through those losses and enduring those losses, you gain more experience of warfare. And this is spiritual warfare. So you're going to gain more experience on how to fight for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. All right, it says, "And patience, experience, and experience hope." So through that gaining of experience on how to fight for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, how to stand for Him, is going to increase your hope and your faith within the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And it says, "And hope," Salakia. Khan, that was it on that. All right, we're going to go to the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 12 and verse 9, and it says, Salakia, 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 16. All right, it says, "For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day." All right, so when we're going through these afflictions and trials and tribulations and periods of affliction, it says we are to faint not. All right, don't get weary, don't give up, keep pushing through these things, because though our outward man perish, all right, we get weary in this flesh. All right, we get tested and tried and tempted by this flesh and the afflictions of this flesh. Though the outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. So that spirit within you that's within this flesh is going to be renewed day by day. Your faith, your hope within Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to be renewed day by day as long as you continue to endure, man. All right, don't give up. If you faint, all right, that inward man, it's no renewing of the inward man if you faint, if you give up, because you have succumbed to your afflictions, your trials and tribulations, man. So what is there to be renewed? All right, you are to continue pushing, enduring, bearing those set of afflictions and trials and tribulations, right? So that inward man can be renewed day by day, man, increasing the spirit, increasing wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, increasing hope and faith and strength for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. You gotta push, man. Faint not. All right, continue to push, endure, bear, keep moving forward for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. All right, whatever we do, do it heartily as unto the Lord, man. Endure for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because He endured way more for us, being beaten and tortured and hung upon that cross, man, for our sakes. So what more for us to endure these tribulations and afflictions that we bear on this side, man? You know what I'm saying? That's brought upon us and that we bring upon ourselves. What more for us to endure for the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, seeing that He endured so much more for our sakes? All right, we owe the Lord our lives, man. So it's nothing to endure these afflictions. all right, to be found worthy in his eyes, man, seeking that grace and that hope and that mercy from the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right. It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, "For we walk by faith and not by sight." All right, so when you're going through these different trials and tribulations and afflictions, it's essential that you walk according to faith and not by sight, because if you walk by sight, it'll seem like there's no way out of these said afflictions and perils and trials and tribulations. And if you succumb to that, that's going to cause you to faint. That's going to cause you to give up and get weary, man. That's why you got to walk by faith and hope within the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that he'll give you the spirit to endure those said things all the way until the end, man. To keep pushing, to keep fighting, to keep striving for the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right, you got to rely on faith, which is our strength. That's the only strength we got in this captivity, in these physical bodies, man. That's the only faith we got. All right, but the scriptures say, if roughly paraphrasing, if you got the faith as a grain of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain, man. So that faith is a lot. That faith is greater than any strength that's upon this earth. All right, so walk according to your strength, your faith, your hope within the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, not according to your sight and this flesh and your feelings and your emotions. All right, walk according to the faith, your faith within the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, which is your strength. All right, so this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 1. "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." All right, so faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So when you're going through these trials and tribulations and afflictions, right, keep that faith, which is the substance of things hoped for. You know through this word and through this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man, that if you're doing those things that's pleasing to the Lord, he'll pull you up out of those said things or give you the spirit to endure those things, all right? Not putting more on you than you can bear, because there's no problems, there's only solutions with the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You might find yourself in adverse situations, all right, but there's no such thing as problems, because the solution was Yahushua's sacrifice. You already overcome. You just got to know that within yourself. That strength to endure and to push and bear those afflictions is already within you, but you have to know that within yourself, man. All right, so it says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." And that's why you don't walk according to sight. All right, you walk according to that faith and that hope, because you find yourself in an adverse situation, right? Tribulation, affliction, your sight will have you thinking that there's no way out. All right, there's no hope within that. All right, but that faith is the substance of things hoped for. You're gonna hope and pray and beg the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that he give you a way out, man. All right, that he give you that spirit of endurance. All right, that spirit of perseverance, that spirit of bearing those afflictions and trials and tribulations, man. And that spirit of striving for him until the end, man. All right, that spirit of not being faint, all right, getting weary, you know. But that spirit of strength and faith to keep pushing, man. All right, this is the book of Galatians, chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, "But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden," man. All right, so, man, through that spirit of enduring, you know, those afflictions and trials and tribulations, man, you want to strive to prove yourself. First and foremost unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, then unto yourself, and then Lord willing, your comrades, your brothers, those that's fighting the same fight, pushing for that mercy and grace and redemption from the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. All right, it says, "But let every man prove his own work." All right, so you got to prove your own work. You got to do those things that's pleasing to the Lord, even behind closed doors when ain't nobody looking, man. Or you got to prove yourself unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You got to prove unto the Lord that he can trust you. All right, and that he'll give you, that he can trust you to have that spirit of endurance, You know what I'm saying? And perseverance, striving unto the end, man. Proving unto the Lord that he can trust you with his word, with his work, all right? With his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right, it says, but let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself and not in another, man. So you're going to be glad of those things, man, when you endure those said trials and tribulations and afflictions. You're going to be rejoicing within yourself because the Lord saw fit to cause you to bear those things, man. You mustered up that courage and that strength and that faith within yourself to bear those things and continue pushing, man. That's something to rejoice within yourself in, man. Not giving up, perseverance, seeing this walk through unto the end, whatever your expected end may be. All right. It says, for every man shall bear his own burden, man. All right. So every man got to work out their own salvation, man. Nobody can't hold your hand and, bear you up as well as themselves. Now you got to work out your own salvation. You got to bear your own burden. All right. Within the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You got to lift your own weight. And you want to prove to the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that you can bear that weight, that you can bear that burden, those trials and afflictions and tribulations, man. You want to prove to the Lord that you can bear those things through your faith within him, all right? Through your courage and your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man, and through your contract spirit, and that spirit of perseverance, man, wanting to continue for the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right? And also the scripture tell you that the Lord's burden is light. All right. So what seems to be heavy, you know what I'm saying? The Lord will reveal unto you that this burden is really light. All right. It's a light burden to strive for the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. It's a light burden to read, to study, to pray, to do lessons throughout the week, to come out here on the highways and byways and teach amongst these people, man. All right. That's light compared to what the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua went through. All right, that's a light burden compared to what this world trying to place on us, man. All right, so endure those afflictions and trials and tribulations for the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, prove yourself unto the Lord, man. All right, just like this is a spiritual warfare, so this is a spiritual army, man, standing upon their feet for the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And just like a real army, you gotta prove yourself. You know what I'm saying? Through the basic training, through the obstacle courses, through the following commands and completing objectives. It's the same thing in this spiritual walk, man. You got to prove yourself unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Bear those afflictions and those trials and tribulations, man. Endure those things. Continue to push and fight for the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, fainting not. All right, not giving up. Keep pushing, man. Keep striving. The Lord has already, man, all things are possible, through the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right, you can bear any affliction, any trial, any tribulation, man. Pray and ask the Lord to help you, all right, to continue to push and continue to endure unto the end, man. All right, and I pray and hope that this lesson was edifying and encouraging. And with that, I'm going to say, Ka, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Ha, Rika, Kodash, Amamaf. Double honors to the apostles and elders, GMS. Double honors to my elder as well, Aharwan Ban Yasharallah. And shalom to you brothers and sisters, the Akim that sincerely believe. All right. And man, bear those afflictions, man. And let those afflictions increase your faith and not the opposite. Don't let those afflictions dampen your faith or your hope. Allow those afflictions to increase your faith and your hope within the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Knowing that the trying of your faith work of patience, man, all right, it's going to increase you at the last end. All right. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.